everyone, welcome back. So this game had a demo about 6 months ago, and it was super interesting to check out. It's now hit its, well, I believe it's full release. It's not early access at least. So I wanted to check this out for the channel. It's kind of a Stardew meets Factorio. Obviously more on the Stardew side, as you can see from the screen here, but I think it's super cool, and it's got some cool factory building elements in it that I'm interested to check out. So anyways, let's hop in here. All right, a new day. I should talk to Auntie. Maybe she can open up the rocket silo and I can take a look. So basically this game is, for the intro, I kind of skipped it because it's a lot of dialogue. Basically we play Morgan here. She lived with her aunt and her mom dies. Then she leaves for 10 years and now she's back. And we're building a rocket in a rocket silo, apparently. I don't know all the details on that, but yeah, we're back to build things. We've got basic inventory, no equipment. We got some gears and some bearings. We've got a bunch of random copper wires, plates, etc. I believe we can break these down. We can save with the bed at night. I don't know if the TV actually does anything. Apparently it's a beautiful spring day. I don't know if that matters. I don't think there's actually like farming and stuff, so I don't know what exactly that does. We've got this little robot here. Oh my gosh, Pico, I've missed this robot. It looks like Auntie was maybe doing some repairs. He seems to be missing a few pieces. So we're gonna be able to get these pieces. That's a stator, I believe we don't have that yet, to repair him. And then we, I guess, do whatever the robot things do. I don't know. I'm not gonna do all the dialogue. I'll do a little bit of it. And we'll kind of go from there. As you can see, the town is like, well, this area is like all run down. Like these are all destroyed, rusted things. So like the whole town is in like disrepair since we left, and we're gonna be the savior, I guess, is kind of the idea. How'd your sleep, my dear? It was good. Thanks again for letting me stay, Auntie. I really appreciate it. Letting you stay, nonsense. I'm just happy to see you. I was wondering how work has been going at the rocket. I keep saying robot. The rocket silo. Maybe you could show me around. But the aunt, who actually, in my opinion, looks like a grandmother, and when I was playing it earlier, I played a little bit just to test it out. She definitely seems like a grandmother, but it's apparently our aunt. Anyways, she doesn't want us going in the silo, and that's kind of the end of it. So she wants us to break down some old equipment and start building things. So our basic tutorial is going to be ripping a bunch of things down and then rebuilding it. So let me just move some stuff around. Oh, if we hit our inventory here, we have our crafting menu. You can see we have basic stuff: assemblers, conveyors, furnaces, power, etc., or copper, iron. We get quests as we go, which will appear at the top. There's obviously a bunch of like relationships for like the people in town. And as we get going, we do like quests and stuff for them. It's actually a really cool, it's like a very cozy Factorio Stardew cross. It's actually kind of neat. So anyways, we can break all these things down, all the rusted stuff for materials. And you get a lot of materials. It's kind of weird though. So as you're doing things, you can see my mouse, like I'm hitting there, but like I'm actually hitting the square. Like if I'm hitting here, it actually hits like 2 or 3 away. Like it's really odd with this like isometric view. I'm really not used to it yet, for sure. but it's kind of unique, and I think it's a really cool concept that we haven't seen in a lot of games. Like, the only other game I think that did anything kind of like close to this would have been, what game was I thinking of just now? It's kind of like a core keeper type feel, but obviously that's not the same. But it's also not factory build. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Anyways, talk to our hands. Okay, so I kind of got through some of the initial quests here. Basically, we have a whole bunch of tutorial style things. So it's make a furnace, put copper, or put coal in it, put iron in it, make an ingot, etc. So we're gonna kind of rush through some of those. But as you can see here, we've got coal over here, we've got copper down there, we've got iron here, there's stone. And then as we kind of branch out, there's more things kind of around. Lots of copper, lots more stone. Then over here, there's a bunch more like iron. We've got a bunch of different houses, an observatory, our giant silo. There's a train yard, a scrap yard, machine shops, lighthouse, all kinds of stuff to check out. But we're going to start basically in this area, just building all the default stuff. Now we have to do a lot of it by hand to start. We don't have a drill. We don't have a like assembler. We're gonna get that in a second here, but we don't have a lot of stuff, and we have to kind of do it by hand. And it's kind of annoying because you have to do like coal by hand feeding in the furnaces. Thankfully, it's not too grindy, but once you get like the thing that you can auto deposit it into a furnace, into a furnace, it's way better. Anyways, let's smelt some iron. So we'll dump 20 of these in here, and we will put 10 of those in there. So you can see on here, it tells us our output. So we are taking 30 per minute. We've got our output here. It's going to produce 30 per minute as it goes. Now, obviously, we have to pick this up so we can actually put more down. Oh, you can talk to Ant. And basically, she tells us we can do an assembler, which is going to take 9 iron plates. So we'll craft one of those. We're going to craft an item receiver, which is just a conveyor chest, basically. So we'll put one of those down. Let's do this. We'll face you there, and then we'll set you up to be iron plates. And for now, we're going to leave 2 gaps in the middle of this. So the game works kind of weird. Splitters, which we're going to get here in a second, they kind of work strange, especially compared to like Factorio. They look just like Factorio. We'll get there, I guess. So anyways, let's put this down. Now we have a furnace in here. It is smelting. We've got an assembler set to make iron plates. And then we have our item receiver, which we're going to limit this for now to like 200 items. Only reason I'm doing that is because in this area, well, in all areas, the nodes are limited amount of resources. So I don't know if there's like a finite amount in the game or what. I know there's mines and stuff, but I don't know specifically how much we get overall. So we really can't waste a lot of stuff. Anyways, let's make some power poles. We're going to need at least, I don't know, 4 of them for now. We're going to go in here. If you middle mouse click on these, you can set them to be always in your hotbar, which is important. And let's connect you. It doesn't quite reach. It's kind of frustrating. All right. And now we can craft iron plates. And then, of course, because we just placed this, she's going to now want us to do another assembler. And we are going to put... I believe gears out of this to start. Oh no, she wants conveyor belts. Okay. And of course we have no iron, so we have to farm some more. And there we go, 10 conveyor belts crafted. Now, eventually I'm hoping we're gonna have like everything kind of by itself. So we're gonna have, you know, conveyors making conveyors, poles, windmills, all that stuff. So we shouldn't have to do a lot of hand crafting, but I don't know how long it takes to get to that point. Why can't we go to the rocket silo? Well, she wants us to stay there entirely, and apparently the doors are jammed anyhow. So there's definitely something about the silo, and I don't know if it's like a secret or she doesn't want to go in there because of the past. I'm not too sure. I haven't got that far yet. But anyways, we are going to go to the university. Now, all the things we have to do, we have to go to the university to research all of our new machines and stuff. You can see like throughout the town, there's like old equipment kind of everywhere. So like, it seems you can build basically anywhere in town. It's all gridded. And then these, let's go look at it. So at the university here, we'll go talk to all the people in a little bit, but at the university here, you can see all the old equipment as if, like, I don't know if these are telling us things we could do. For instance, like this is a drill. They're drilling into a furnace to make iron plates, and then the iron plates deposit directly into here, which makes sense as we have to start getting, 800 items to do a research thing. But it's weird, these are like all over the city, and we can farm them for materials, but it's just kind of strange, like, if you follow those or not, Anyhow, in the university. Hello over there. Hello, sorry, I don't think we're open right now. Not even for me, an old friend. So after a little bit of banter, it's 7 p.m. and we can't actually do anything here. But what we're trying to do is we are going to come back here. We're going to go to this table. We're going to research the next item. She gives us a list. Like this obviously is research tier 2 at the university. Once we know what the tier 2 requirements are, we're going to make them, come back here and deposit them in the Dropbox. But we have to wait till tomorrow. And in the morning we have some mail. So just arrived at Cliff's General Store. We have new backpacks. Oh, okay. So we can make it so we can carry more things, I'm assuming. So to the general store. Alrighty. And we have a tennis ball randomly in our pocket. Back at the university, we can talk to Rebecca and we can start our next research project. So our goal is to do tier 2 research to unlock this. We need 50 gears, 25 bearings, 40 copper wire. But we're not going to do all that by hand, obviously. We're going to go through probably at least, I think there's 3 or 4 tier 1 things we have to do to get there. So let's do the drill. To start, it takes 60 gears. So back at our house here, if we want to make gears, we're going to change our second assembler to be from conveyor belts to gears. So they're going to take in 45 plates a minute, produce 45 gears a minute. Now, it's interesting because the throughput is kind of strange on this. We're going to put out 30 per minute, but we are going to put out 90 per minute of iron plates. And then, like, it takes in 90 to put out 90. This is 45 and 45. Like, I don't know the numbers, like if it's going to be 3 furnaces for each assembler, and then half of that. Like, the numbers are very strange in how this works initially. But anyhow, we'll get to that way later. We need another 15 gears. And we'll toss 60 gears in, which will finish the research for the drill. Now, thankfully, you can, if you have this stuff on you, you can research and like interact right away. There's no time on it. So it's pretty nice to just, back and forth unlock stuff. I am going to cut a bunch of this because we are just running back and forth for the first, 2 or 3 requirement things. And we get a nice little screenshot on our first blueprint. So next up, we have a splitter, which splitters are going to be gears and copper wire. So we're going to have to tap into copper and get that going. So now that we can do drills, we should be able to speed this up quite a bit. So I'm going to make just 2 of these for now. You know what? Let's actually do 4. I have an idea. So I'm going to do one of these on our copper. We're going to do one on coal. Let's just put it there for now. We'll start with that iron, and then I'm going to also put one here on stone. I know we're going to need a bunch of stone eventually, so I want to start producing that while we have the chance for it. So we'll put a conveyor there. Let's make another furnace, and I believe copper only needs, for copper wire, yeah, it just needs a bar, so you need a furnace and then an assembler. You don't need a second assembler. So basically, I have our drills down on our stone, our coal, and our copper. Copper's going to take the ore from here, smelt it, produce it into wire, and then we're going to put it into a container just like the other side. All we're going to do is add power, and I'm just going to kind of add this stuff the way we have been. So obviously we're using too much. You can see like we're connected, but it's still flashing out of power. So I'm just going to add some lines here. Let's add you there. And let's connect this. I don't know if connecting the silo is a bad thing or not. It has no power to it. And then we'll put another windmill. Let's get rid of these boxes. And we'll toss another windmill right there. And that should give us enough power to do... Oh, well, all this except for this up here. We'll put you right there. So we should be getting stone in here now. Coal should be automatically coming in. Copper will smelt as soon as I add coal to it. And we shouldn't really have to farm any resources manually anymore. All we got to do is fill all the furnaces as they need it. Yeah, so it definitely looks like we're producing 30 a minute into 30 a minute, but this could take 90. So I guess you could technically put 3 smelters, 3 drills into 1 assembler for plates. That just seems like odd. Normally, like Satisfactory, for instance, right, is 30, 30, 30. I believe it's 30, 30, 20, actually. It doesn't matter. But it's kind of odd that it's 90, just especially for a small area. This game is big, but it seems weird. And by turning this stuff in, we should unlock our splitter. But of course, we can't get it till tomorrow. That's the one thing about this that, like, I get it because it's like the social whatever thing, but I hate that it has to be at 5 p.m. I want the splitter now. So at the end of our day, we also get this like end of day report, which I don't know the relevance of this yet. Like, obviously, rocket parts delivered, donated items, workplace accidents. I'm assuming that means death. How much money we made. I don't know why there's a little alien, but I don't know like what, like, we can click on these and see what they are, but I don't know like what the significance of this is, other than just to tell us what we did today. You know, like, is there a score system? I have no idea. And we can check our mail. So we have the grand opening of Angela's Interior Design. Furniture and decorations for the home. Very interesting. So we'll have to run to the scrapyard, as well as, what was the first guy? Survival shop or something to get a backpack. We need to do that as well. It's weird that we have the machine shop quest, but not the other one didn't give us a quest. Also, what are we missing? What's happening? We have, oh, so we're gonna get the warnings up here that tell us what's happening or where something's happening. Basically, both of our smelters are out of coal, I'm assuming. So a new morning, we can unlock our splitter blueprint. And that gives us the underpass, so underground belts. So splitters are kind of interesting. They take 200 watts of power, a little bit of gear, 6 gears, 3 copper wire. Not too bad to make. They look exactly like a Factorio splitter, or grabber, I guess. But they work quite a bit differently. So this is where this game is kind of weird to me. Basically, when you put a splitter down, I'm going to put it on, let's see. I'm going to put it on this side of this belt. So I'll place it. And then it asks us where we want our input and our output. So A is input. I'm going to do B as our output, which, let's just do it there, I guess. We'll do a belt like so. And then I need another receiver. Where, there it is. I need gears. And then we put our receiver down. And again, we'll limit this to, I don't know. Well, let's do like 100, 2, 3, let's do 400 for now. So basically what it does is it's going to pull every single item off this belt. So it splits it by 100 to 0. But you can go in this now and you can, again, configure it with your input output or your limits. So what I'll probably do for now is leave it at 100 so I get a bunch of plates because I need 120. And then you can set this to be like every second, every third, every fourth, or like overflow. But it's just kind of weird how the splitters work because they pull off of a belt. They don't actually split the belt, which is an interesting concept. We'll probably do this differently anyways because I want like a dedicated line to be plates. We're going to need a lot of them. And then I want to split from a plate line. Like, ideally what I should have done is I should have done plates straight and then put the assembler on the like offshoot so I can do like plates and then the overflow into the items, you know? I don't know. We'll figure that out as we go. This is not a permanent setup. Eventually what I want to do is move all of our stuff over here, but we have to clean all this out yet. There's a whole bunch of stuff to remove. We've got coal, iron, copper, all that over here. So more space to work, and I think that'll be a better area, but I want to get all of this kind of going over here first. While this is producing, let's take a walk around town and we'll head to the machine shop. Maybe we'll go check out for a new backpack, which I don't remember. I think that was maybe here. Yeah, the general store, that's right. So let's talk to this guy. Cliff. So everyone kind of has the same story. Not a lot's going on in town. Not a lot of people. Just things are bad. And I think that's kind of the point of this game is we're actually going to try to make it better. So delivery for Noor, we need to deliver 40 copper bars. What else did that say? I opened up a bunch of new quests actually. We have to go to the design shop. We have the delivery for Noor, who wants 40 copper bars. Pete wants a small wind turbine, and then Michael wants a drill, and he gives us some gloves. So I'm gonna track all of these because I don't, I'll forget. And I guess we can start crafting that stuff. But anyways, where's the machine shop? I do really love the look of this game though. It's so unique with the isometric and like the cartoony feel, but it's like still really interesting the way they did like the layouts for like the belts and stuff. Like it's intuitive but also not. It's unique. I like it. Can't just set up a store in the middle of my shop. Why not? The space isn't being used anyways. It had literal boxes of parts. Okay, old junk. Yep. You run a scrapyard. Scrap junk goes outside. Makes sense. I mean, it makes sense. She's not wrong. I want your stuff out. This guy kind of upset apparently. So, interior design. I wonder, does that mean like we get to like redo our aunt's house or expand it like just like you would in Stardew? I wonder kind of what we get to do with all that. I never got into any of that stuff in the demo. I'm not even sure if it was in there, to be honest. So yeah, so we get lamps, armchairs, dressers. I mean, there's a lot of stuff actually. Tables. So obviously we won't be making caution paint. Huh. Back at home, we have just about enough plates. Actually, we have enough plates. Let's take all these. So we should have enough plates for that. We need more stone. Let's see where we're at here. So 200 stone. Let's do let's copper bars. So that we're gonna have to probably pull them off of here. Let's do a splitter. And I think we'll just pull some bars off of here. For now, we'll put that. So 40 bars, that'll get that quest done. Let's get a drill. And a small wind turbine, which I don't have enough gears for. And I think what we'll do is we'll also turn this back. Let's do every third item. That way we're doing gears and then we're producing plates. No, let's do every second. When I asked Cliff about the drill, I didn't think you'd be the one building it. You know what, bud? Anyways, he gives us his old gloves. He doesn't like us, though. So, I don't know what these do for us. Break apart rocks and machinery faster. Okay. I mean, stuff's kind of fast as it is. Let's go turn in our research. I use too many plates. Okay. And copper bars. Did I not bring them? I didn't bring them. Let's try this again. Deposit enough plates. That gives us our research. We can talk to Noor, and that will give us 350 coins. So we're at 400 coins now. Not a lot, but we're getting up there. I don't really know, at least other than decorations, what we need coins for. This gives us an underpass, so we can do underground belts. And then it lets us do a dispenser. This item, I'm not gonna lie, don't have any use for it. At least not yet. But we still need to make it. So it's 200 iron plates and 150 gears. Basically, what it does is it's like, instead of manually placing things in a belt, you can just put like a stack in and it'll slowly put it out. So, I mean, it's good for some things, but like, not overly useful. Where is Pete? He is down at the dock. Should probably talk to all these people while we're going. And they're all kind of busy. This guy, Carter. Oh, he's the mayor. Okay. So about 5 years now, he's been the mayor. Yeah, again, kind of same thing. A lot of the businesses have been closed down around town. So the town is struggling. There's not a lot here. I mean, there's a bakery, a general store, a greenhouse. If you find yourself needing upgrades or renovations, so we can upgrade stuff. And I believe the mayor's office is this building right there at the top. So yeah, I don't know I'm assuming we're gonna do all kinds of stuff to like rebuild the town. But yeah, it's really weird. Like everywhere around town, there's belts and stuff running. Like this runs from wherever all the way down to this like pier. It's kind of interesting, like where we're gonna build stuff. I think that's Pete down there. Yeah, even the pier's closed, but that's because I think the lighthouse is destroyed. So maybe we'll be rebuilding the lighthouse and opening the pier. So we need 200 iron plates, which we don't have anywhere near enough of that yet because we're out of coal in our furnaces. We do, however, have enough gears, so let's crank the gears up. Let's every other item. So let's go back to every item for now, so we can just get this producing faster. What I might do actually, let's start a second line here. Oh, put another furnace down. We'll put another assembler down. Let's make plates with this. And then let's get some more coal. So then we should just have, 30 plates a minute being produced and 30 gears. Well, however many that does. What is it actually producing? 45. We're a little bit under, so we're doing 30 a minute roughly of each of those. Let's get some sleep. And then in the morning, we should have enough stuff to finish our dispenser. Oh, wait. We keep finding tennis balls in the front porch. Do you know where they're coming from? No idea. What was that? And Leo the dog. Well, aren't you friendly? I'm afraid no one has a dog around here as far as we know. It's kind of weird. There's only like 20 people in town. No one has a dog, but we did find one. So it looks like we're looking after the dog until we find its owner. That's cool. Welcome to the family. Well, that's not true. We just said we're going to find its home and then welcome to the family. I'm not going to lie. It's not really true. So it looks like Leo just kind of follows us around now. It's kind of cool. We can like make him stay or whistle to him, I guess. But I mean, he doesn't get in the way or nothing. Might as well just run around with us for a while, right? How many more plates do I need? We need 6 more. I did also take the splitter off of our copper bars here because we've got way too many now, and this is actually a real waste. What we can do though, we can take, once we finish this research here, we'll be able to take the dispenser, put it on a line, and then like inject all these copper bars back into the system. So it's not useless, it's just odd. I haven't found a real use for the dispenser other than like not hand pressing the stuff into it, you know? What's going on over here? Just the person I was hoping to see. Just finished building the new job board. I don't remember issuing a permit. So instead of talking to people and getting jobs, we're going to have a job board here, which will let us pick up things. I like the idea of this. Like, it's always one thing to have like, oh, there's just quests, but it's cool to also have like random things you have to produce throughout the day. And I actually think, let's go check these out, because I actually think these have time limits. All right, delivery for Elise. So 30 conveyor belts, yeah, before Sunday, and it's Thursday. Only 60 coins, that's kind of rough. But anyways, let's do that one. Veronica, same thing. 40 furnaces. What do those take? By Saturday. Well, it's 600 coins, or 500 coins though, and then a delivery for Cliff. 30 iron bars, that's easy. And our item dispenser is done, giving us coal efficiency. Now, coal efficiency is 800 stone, 500 coal, 250 plates. I'm not going to worry about that quite yet. Let's start working on our tier 2 stuff because that's like part of the quest. So this is going to unlock heat sinks, stators, and small motors, which we need to repair Pico. It takes gears, bearings, and copper wire. Now, we have lots of gears, but we haven't produced bearings yet. So 40 furnaces. What does that take? Oh, it's just stone. Oh, for some reason, I was thinking that was like more than just stone. Yeah, we have more than enough to do that. Let's just craft all this stuff really quick. And 40 furnaces are done. We need 30 conveyor belts. Now, I really want to produce conveyor belts here anyways, but let's craft a couple more assemblers. I need more plates. I think what we'll do, conveyor belts take iron plates. So let's take, how are we gonna do this? Let's put a splitter here like this. And then we'll put a assembler there to do conveyor belts. A receiver there. We're gonna kind of spaghetti this for now, because again, this isn't permanent anyways. So that's gonna take, should I do every, let's just do every other. Yeah, that we were doing plates and belts. And then we have to start producing bearings. Now, bearings are the exact same as a gear. So, gear is iron plates. Let's do assembler there for a bearing. Here's kind of the annoying thing. So, bearings also take plates. We're producing plates off of this. And I think what I'll do, we'll put a splitter like that. We'll put a assembler there, do bearings. Yeah, I think this will work. Conveyor belt, and then we are out of power. That should power that back on, and we should be producing bearings as well as our gears, our plates, our belts. I think that's everything we need at the moment. I think that's all we can produce, really. We got bearings, we got copper wire. We're doing pretty much everything we can produce at this point. Now, it's not obviously like max throughput or whatever, but I'm not too worried with that. For now, let's just get things producing so we can move forward. We really should put a second line, like a second furnace, second thing here. You know what? Let's just do it. We're already producing enough stuff. Let's just do this. We'll break this splitter. And then that should just do gears. This will do bearings. We'll limit this again. I'm only limiting it because, for one, we're going to move all this stuff. And I don't really want, you know, to have to move 1,000 bearings and stuff when we don't have a need for it. We do need coal, though. So right now, this game is a lot of back and forth for our initial research. But pretty quickly, that changes. And it should actually change pretty much right after this research, I think. Okay, so that unlocks our stator, rotor, the small motor, and then it requires us to do an assembly level 2, or assembler level 2, which lets us do 2 components in to produce 1, obviously, which we need for everything going forward. But that's going to take heat sinks. Again, it's the same as our copper wire. We just got to change that recipe. But first, let's find, you're way up there. Let's find all these people. Why would the bakery need 40 furnaces? All right, 500 coins, though, for a bunch of stone. Not too bad. So I completely forgot we need to get 30 iron bars for Cliff. So I'm just taking bars off of this line for now. Shouldn't be a huge deal. What I need to do, though, is make 20 heat sinks. Now, we can do the same thing we did here, or I can just, you know what? I was going to say I could just take the cheap route, but let's, how much copper's left in here? 1,700, so a lot. Initially, I was thinking that these belts only do 30 per minute as well as the the furnace, but the belts are actually 90 per minute, according to this. So they move 90 per minute, so we can do 3 furnaces per belt line into 3 furnaces for even flow. So the way to do it, though, is you have to put a splitter, and a splitter has to go onto a conveyor. It can't go to an underpass, and it can't go to directly to the furnace, just like Factorio does. So you kind of have to take a little extra space, which is interesting. But this should give us copper wire as well as our heat sinks now. So let's just fill these with coal, and we should be producing everything we need again. I think. We can also get rid of this splitter if I can get it in there. Nope. Yep. Come on. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. We'll take you. We don't no longer need that. Get rid of that. We need lights. That's the thing we definitely need, is lights. Another new day, and all of our stuff is backed up because we didn't move all these things for us to have space. All right, well, that didn't produce overnight, which is kind of annoying. Thankfully, we only need 25, so that should only take a second. Let's grab some more belts. We haven't produced many belts. Yeah, we'll definitely have to expand that. Like, yeah, we'll have to put multiple furnaces in once we can to produce more iron plates and like kind of make that more efficient. Assembler level 2 is all researched. Let's unlock this. And it lets us unlock the chutes. So we should be able to now directly feed items. Again, it's weird because we're going to produce them from like God knows where, somewhere in the map, and then put them in here. Like at least we can do iron plates and coal here, I guess. Or, you know, I guess use coal to make iron plates. But, yeah, couple hundred components each for each research. So like the researching looks like it's going to get kind of intense in the fact that we're going to, you know, pipe it directly into here. She hasn't been able to get 50% throughput on copper. Sounds like a challenge. So we need to get 100% throughput on copper. Yeah, achieve maximum throughput on an assembler producing copper wire. I think we're already doing that? Or does that mean we need to do 30... where is Cliff? Does that mean we have to do 3 furnaces? We'll check. We'll check. So this throughput challenge, producing copper wire, does that not mean... It means 30 a minute, so we just need to open this up, right? Would that not produce max? We're producing 30. Oh, it's taking in 60 a minute. Okay. So if we need to do that, I guess what we could do is just 2 furnaces. We could just, well, for the sake of this challenge, let's just do that. That should produce 60 copper bars into this assembler to give us 100% throughput for however long it takes. Right there. Done. All right. And now we can produce that back. And you're telling me the other girl who's telling us how to do our research and helping us with new materials couldn't just do that, huh? We couldn't just do that, huh? Assembler level 2, by the way. So this is going to let us do heat sinks and plates, and then it's going to put 2 inputs for 1 output. What do I, Oh, missing components to Pico. That's the quest. So with the with the assembly level 2, it's quite a bit bigger. Obviously, it's 4 squares, 4 tiles instead of 1. But it lets us do small motors and stators. Now, stators are going to take gears and copper wire. So gears from here, copper wire from here. And what was the other one? Small motors take stators and bearings. So we're going to have to bring our copper over to our gears and then our bearings to our stators. So I think we need... break this? Yeah. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it said we needed small motors, or was it stators? This guy needs... Well, he's got all that. We need a few more bearings and 2 stators. Okay, so that's not too bad to do. What I do think we're going to need, though, is a few underpasses. Or just one, because I don't have any stone. So the challenge that we have now is, because I built these kind of close and stupid, we can't take, like, a belt can't go here. Oops. A belt can't go on the outside of this and just take materials off of it. So there's no way to, or at least that I can find, there's no way to take materials out of a storage into a belt. Now, eventually we can unlock an item buffer, I believe, which does exactly that. It acts as a storage on a belt. But until then, we have to put a splitter either before or whatever on this line somewhere and pull these things off of here. So what we'll have to do is place our, let's do it right. We're gonna do it for all of these. So let's do it here, give it some space. We'll set up stators, and then we'll pull We'll pull from here. And we're just gonna do that bell, or that thing is right in the way. We'll go to there. Now, I want to take our underpasses, and I want to put one there to there, I think. So an underpass can't go across an underpass, but it can go across a belt. So we have to like kind of plan that. I'm going to have to take eventually these bearings from here to somewhere up here. So what I'll probably do is actually, let's actually do this. We'll put you there like that. That way I can take the bearings off of here and I can bring them straight up this way. I don't want it on the road because people will walk through here and they don't cross belts apparently because it makes them, you know, move. We'll put another splitter off of here. I think what I'll do on this splitter, I'm going to do, I'm going to do overflow. So it's only going to produce if this is full. So this will keep, we'll keep 200 of that and then it'll take it off of here and put it in the next crafting item, whatever. That should go there. You should go there. And that should produce stators. Now, I'm going to leave a little bit of a gap here again because we're going to have, I know we're going to have to do small motors after this. And small motors have, again, the same problem. I don't know what's smarter. Is it smarter to do like into storage and then split off, or have like a belt system go straight and then you pull the overflow? You know, that's smart. Let's do that. I answered my own question by speaking out loud. So what I'm thinking is we actually put a belt forward and then right, say here, we'll put another belt and a splitter, and we'll set this to overflow again. So again, as long as the belt is full, it'll overflow into our storage, which I think makes more sense as we really only need storage, again, as a buffer more than anything. So I think that gives us everything we need to rebuild Pico. Yeah, and we can't understand him at all. Happy to see you too. How do you it's like R2-D2, you know? We have no idea what he's saying, but apparently you can understand him if you live in that world. The old vent. All right, so I wonder if we can use that to unlock the door from the inside. So we're gonna sneak in to the silo, which again is huge, by the way. I didn't talk about that earlier, but like this whole building is a rocket silo in our backyard. We have this like tiny house. We can't afford to like remove the garbage from the yard, but we have a giant rocket silo just hanging out. All right, come on, little guy. Let's unlock the door, please. There's so much dust anywhere. It's like this place hasn't been touched in years. Yeah, well, of course, because your aunt didn't come in here. For whatever reason, she's never been here, which, again, giant rocket for no reason, just like in the ground. Like, this is the... it's like a nuclear silo. I don't understand. All the equipment needs to be repaired. Okay. So we're going to repair all the pieces, it looks like. It's also funny, this girl who, like, doesn't know how to make an assembler is going to rebuild a rocket. It's funny. We're gonna keep it a secret until we're finished. Yeah, so the aunt definitely doesn't want us in here. Okay, so we've got a couple things. We need copper wires and heat sinks. I'm not gonna put any of that stuff in yet. I mean, I guess I could, doesn't really matter. This requires iron plates, bearings, and stators. Let's just do that while we are here. So I need iron plates. And again, kind of the same thing. Like, it's going to get kind of huge, it looks like, because look how many like deposit points we have. We got 10 deposit points in this building alone to put stuff. So I'm assuming we're going to have a lot of materials being pumped into here eventually. Lastly, we need small motors. We haven't started making those yet. Bearings and copper wire. So we have all this stuff other than the copper small motors. And I believe we can actually make those now. So you know what? We're going to need it eventually. Let's just go ahead, get some iron plates because we need them. Let's put it there for small motors. And then we'll get rid of all this. And we'll belt that in. Now, I need to really make this stuff automatic. Let's take the overflow. How much overflow do we have? Almost. We'll take the overflow of this, and we will just run a belt straight down here and into there. We'll add power. We'll add a item receiver, and that should get us small motors. There we go. So I think we have pretty much everything of the basics going now. What was that? So this node is about to run out. What's this one at though? That one has 2,000 still. What I'll probably do is let this one break and then move our drills here, which we'll have to get kind of creative, I guess. It'll just be ugly. I want to break all these nodes, like have them like expire before we move anything. How close is this one actually? 1,000. So if we do that, we're producing all the basic stuff. We can get rid of all this iron. And then I think we're getting pretty close to the next level furnace. I actually think it's the next thing we're going to do shortly, to be honest. What's our quest? Talk to everybody in town, the throughput, and then repair the silos. We don't actually have another quest at the moment other than this challenge. What I want to do now, we've got the motors being produced. I'll let them run. Probably in the morning, we will pick this back up, repair the silo, talk to Rebecca, and we will move on. Hopefully, this hasn't been too much of a cut-up episode, a lot of skipping around. It's basically the tutorial. So anyways, guys, I'm going to call it here. I hope you've enjoyed. This is actually a lot of fun. I'm excited to see how intense this gets because it's kind of got a lot of like fun points, just like Satisfactory and Factorio has. So I'm super excited. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed, hit that like button. And as always, I'll see you next time.